Good evening, everybody. Oh, welcome to week 3 of this amazing bang bang ding ding that we have been doing for the last 3 weeks. This week is the last week. Sorry to leave, but we have to go, man. Sorry to leave, but we have to go. I'll try and put stuff like this at least in name level, but cancel that, cancel it. Because there's no telling the direction of my life. This one that I even did is by force. Like I just had to force myself to get it done. This last 3 weeks. So let's get started. Um, Welcome everybody. We are fast filling up the spaces little by little. Our numbers have dropped, which is normal. It happens like that, right? Even if you have like 1 million people join the call towards the end of, to join a course towards the end, probably have like 15 people left. But yeah. A pain for it has been amazing with you. Thank you. Oh my God, you're so kind. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Okay, so only one person submitted us the assignments. So we'll talk about the assignment after the class because I want us to. I saw you. No run. I saw you. Okay. Um, Quick video check. Can you see my? Can you see my? What are they calling it? Can you see my screen? Ah, sorry, my brain is not. It's not bearing very well today. I've been very busy all day. All right, let's get into it. So, for week 2, we talked about something more practical than we did in week 1, right? I'm looking for the kidney so that we can just quickly do a run through, right? So for week 2, we did a mental detox, right? Where we talked about how creativity needs um space. And when I say space, I don't mean like physical space. I mean like mental space sometimes to be able to function properly, right? We talked about Massimo's map that was unconventional and non-practical at the time until a couple of years later, I think a decade or more more than a decade, right? People started adopting that same style but they refined it, yes, but they still adopted parts of that style that they were being that was being dragged to hell and back at that time. Maybe now it's even kidding myself, no. But yeah, we talked about you being the raw material as well. That design is a reflection of who you are, right? And we're going to talk about that a little bit more again today, right? Design is like a mirror that shows you who you actually are, right? And design is also a form of commerce, and for some people it is both commerce and a mirror. Then we talked about the growth mindset, getting yourself into a headspace where you are no longer struggling with imposter syndrome and asking yourself, can I do it? It's not a matter of can, it's a matter of just going and doing it, right? You don't need to dilly-dally, you don't need to struggle within yourself, because now the version of you that was not creative doesn't exist anymore. So there's no world, all right? I said it last week and I'll say it again. There's no world right now in which you are not creative. So that past person that was existing before the last 2 weeks does not exist anymore. It's gone. All right. So we talked about stretching and shaking. If an idea doesn't look like is making sense, you can stretch it, you can shake it. We'll talk a little bit more again about it today. We talked about dealing with creative block. And we said that creative block does not mean that your head is not correct. It basically means that there's a clog. Is it a cog in your wheel or a clog in your process? Choose one. All right. So we'll talk about strategies as well that you can explore. You can decide to go work in the workspace, leave your house and go and work in a workspace instead, right? You can decide to go to the office. You can decide to go to your friend's house and just while you work. It helps to when you do stuff like that that awakens your brain, like, oh, your brain is now a little bit more alert because, like, oh, new environment, I need to be sharper. Or you do things that make you excited, like maybe talking to a friend while you walk, right? It increases the level of dopamine in your body, and that also helps with fueling your creativity. We talked about switching modalities. Then instead of you sketching, you can write it out. Instead of you writing, you can sketch. Instead of you just going to Photoshop to design, bam, you can actually just sketch. I'm not very good with sketching. No, I'm not good with sketching. If you see what I sketch, you will call police for me. I'm not good with sketching, right? But I'm good with having like a skeletal structure, just win of what I want to create. My daughter is tired of me. I'll just quickly do pam 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 pam, right? It just helps me to be able to do a lo-fi. Lo-fi is a product design term anyway, but low fidelity version of whatever I'm going to go and create in Photoshop, right? And then lastly, lowering the stakes. Don't go and start looking for gege idea. This idea must bang on the first. No. Gather all the stupid ideas in your head, and they are not stupid, but gather all the stupid ideas together and put them together in a box, shake them very well, and you might see something amazing or brilliant from there. We are still going to talk about this one a little bit more, just like a more systemic version of this guy. Talked about the ideation process, that there are two of them. There's this one which is PEMPVE, where you define the problem, attach an emotion that you want to evoke, create a metaphor for it, do the plot, like what is the story behind this thing you're even doing itself, right? The story actually links into your expression. There's something I did today for NIMSI. That's the National Clinic for Identity in Nigeria. The people that are giving your name, your NIN, right? I designed something for them today, and it's centered around identity. I wish I could show you guys, but it's confidential. I can't show it to you. So maybe after the event in New York today, if they have like maybe pictures of the event, or I get permission from their office, I can share it, right? So I can share it and just walk you through what my thinking for it is. But it's around identity, and I really liked it, and I sent it in. They liked it as well, and it flew. So or it's currently flying. All right, so I don't know why I'm smiling so much. I just like when an idea comes together, right? Especially when it is expressible, when expression happens, right? So yeah, that's that on that. There's the second process, which is problem copy analysis, keyword mind mapping, research and expression, meaning that you've defined the problem as, again, you've looked at, this is coming from a more of a marketing, sales and promotion perspective, right? Where you have campaigns and you have ads that you need to design for, right? So first of all, you analyze the copy, right? And you make sure that the copy is actually asking what the problem is, or defining what the problem is, or leaning into what the problem is. Because there's something I've told designers a couple of weeks or months ago, that beyond being a designer, you are wearing many hats. Yeah, you know how you wear face cap. Yeah, on top of that face cap, there's another one. On top of that other one, there's another one, right? So there's the face cap of a designer, there's the face cap of a copywriter, face cap of a stakeholder manager, face cap of a marketer, face cap of a social media manager. You wear many caps, right? And that is not to say you should go and leave your work and be doing another person's work. That's not what I mean at all. But knowing that your work is pivotal, is important to the entire thing that is happening. Like your work is so important that if you remove design from it, right? Let's take a visual example that I always like to use: moonshots. So take moonshots and remove all the designs that you know that makes moonshots. What do you have left? So all the other efforts, right? Design helps to kind of crystallize them and make them visual. So if you have prepared the food, right? Design is what you use to serve the food. Do you get? So that's like, design is like the place that you use to serve the food. So it's important that you understand all the other things that connect into your design, how the client thinks, how your boss thinks, how the market works, how trends are performing, all of those things come together. All right. There's keywording as well. That means you're looking at your copies and you're saying, oh, what's the most important 2, 3, 1 keyword that is in this entire body of copy? right? And so when you have gotten what your keyword is, you now mind map, you write the word down, you circle it, and you begin to think of every single scenario, every single direction that this thing can take, whether it makes sense or it no make sense. Okay, it doesn't have to make sense. In fact, I even like it better when it doesn't make sense. Okay, so after mind mapping, you now research. You check what is out there, what is industry standard, what is global standard, what is field standard, what is market standard, what is audience standard, and so on and so forth. And then there's lastly there's expression. So that means expression is what you keep in mind from the very beginning. It means that whatever you're creating is expandable. I wish I can show you that thing I did so that you can see like a live example of what that looks like. Taking like coming from one tiny idea that gave birth to so many expressions. So wow. And then I gave you people assignments. My own teacher they flog oh. At the flog children oh. Where my assignment? Where is it, David? Where's my assignment? I go knock you cane. Where my assignment? Joshua, what's funny? Where is it? So, tomorrow, bring your parents to school. Okay? I don't want to hear that they're not around. They tell them that Miss Ada says she wants to see them tomorrow morning, or else send you out. I don't suffer for school for this life. Okay. All right. So let's talk about today. Let's talk about building systems. Okay. Now, creativity does not drop from the sky. We know that one already. It doesn't drop from the sky, right? But at the same time, because it doesn't drop, sometimes it drops from the sky. I mean, me cannot lie. Sometimes it drops from the sky. I don't know, but show of hands, yeah. Has any okay, I think I've asked this question before. There's no need to ask it again. Where you have like this burst of creativity, like there are some days that you can just do like 5,000 designs, 1 million. See, in fact, you will do the design finishing, you will ask for more because you are feeling it that day. But then the very next day, that ginger no day again. Now you're looking for that inspiration, right? Some people work like that. They wait until they need that inspiration to kickstart, to start working. And that's not bad. Because there are some days that will still, even if you get a system, you build a system for yourself, there are still some days where you would have more burst of energy than other days. But now you need to build yourself a system where even if you have energy, even if you have that type of dopamine, there's no way there anyway. Let's just focus on Google Meet. If you get food, you should let me know. I'll put on anyway. I don't talk am before saying when I check on our email. Everything in your email. Okay. So building a system means that you don't need to wait until that gang enter your body, until the electric shock carry you before you can be able to walk. All right. So that's what we are going to try and do today, right? This guy, I don't know whether people have read Atomic Habits. Okay, this thing, as I see him, he do bagging inside my head. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Ew! Mm. People are not touching the rim. You do not do it. You do not rise to the level of your goals. That means it doesn't matter how many goals you set. It's the system that you build to create, fulfill, achieve, sustain those goals that actually sets the pace for what you actually achieve. Okay, let's go. Let's go. All right. So a couple of okay, a couple of frameworks that you can use. All right. Um, the first one is Scamper. Scamper is a, I've forgotten, 1971. What was his name again? I don't forget the boy name. I don't forget the guy name. The guy will do this Scamper thing. But there's a short PDF, right? It's like maybe it's 4 pages or 6 pages that kind of explains it in like more detail. But I think it's leaning more towards product than it is design. But you know, everything is design, everything is intertwined with each other, everything is everything. Sure you get. So using the Scamper method, you have gone through your process, right? You and your process is important. Your process is part of the system that you have created for yourself. I hope you are aware that that process that we did last week is part of your system. Please keep that in mind. Okay, your process is part of your system. That means that okay, we'll do like a timeline, like, oh no, like a journey type of thing, right? So from okay, you know, we'll get there. It's in front. So Scamper method. Scamper basically means substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put in another use, eliminate, eliminate and reverse. I swear I know English. I swear. I go school. Yeah. So the first one is substitute, right? Substitute basically means that what if you change the material, right? In this case, you could mean that instead of you to use let's talk about it in terms of texture, right? You can decide to change your texture from maybe paper texture to nylon texture. Does it change the vibe? I remember there was let me quickly show you this. This one I can show you this one. There's this thing I did for Zikoko some time back. It's a brand strategy, right? So I was just creating it. I can't show you like the full document, but I all the section dividers, right? Let me show. There is the cover image in here. So I was putting this thing together. I put paper texture. I put this one texture, but it didn't feel complete. Not that thing where you are designing and it feels like something is missing. Sure, you get, because it wasn't giving very much the Zikoko. So instead of me to use like maybe because there's been it's very normal for us to use noise texture, you know, where I work. But I decided to change things up and use nylon instead. But instead of just using nylon, but I decided to use nylon that has kind of like you can see how this thing goes into this place. So it kind of draws your eye somehow, like leading lines to this boss here. And I just felt like that boss was, I don't know. I don't know why I felt like that was like should be the point of focus. But changing material, that's another thing. It could also mean that you could change it from a chair to a table. From let's say the whole essence of what you're creating is to have a surface. Let's say you need to have let's say you want to do a product flyer, right? There's a bottle of Coke, you want to put it on a surface. There are many types of surfaces. You can decide to put it on a rock inside the forest. You can decide to put it on a table in the kitchen. You can decide to put it on a chair in the classroom. All these are surfaces. Sure, you get. So you can decide to change, like substitute it for something else, and see. You can even decide to substitute environments. Do you get? So if a snake, let's say you're designing for like a conservatory or whatever, you're designing for like you're designing a snake you typically find in the jungle. But let's say you change the environments to the ocean. Let's say you change the environments to the air, right? Just that kind of thing, substitution. Then the next one is combine. What if you merge two ideas together? You know, we said before that when you're creating ideas, don't look for one big idea. You can look for like 10 to 20 bad ones. What if you combine those two ideas together? Then the third one is adapt. Can you borrow from another place? Just like we did for Moonshot, where we went into architecture. And for 2025, we went into science, physics, talking about kinetic energy and all of that. All those things I don't know before. As I started searching, I was like, oh, this is sweet small. And so this is what all the scientists are enjoying. You will not tell me. Because I don't like science. I don't like science like that. Well, when I started getting into it from the perspective of design, it made more sense to me. So can you borrow ideas from another industry? The M is modify. Can you alter, scale the shape, change the color? Do you understand? So just this is part of stretching and shaking. Then put to another use. Can this serve a new function? Can whatever it is that you're doing serve a different purpose? So for instance, now, um, instead of you to put the headline on a box or on a background, for instance, can you wrap it around somebody's head? I know that there was a time I did a flyer for someone, and I wrapped the headline around him. No, around like it was a tall building like this. So I wrapped the headline around the building. I made it into like a, like all this what do they call them? That's what they throw inside water if you fall inside water. What do they call it? What do they call them? What do they call them? So una dey they gossip Victor. Who is Victor? Boyo. Shina Boyo they call him. Sounds like a very weird name, Boyo. Water balloon. Let me stay. Even if water balloon is not correct, let me stick with water balloon. Don't be Boyo. That sounds like a very weird name. I'm so sorry to whoever created the name. Boyo. Anyway, English now weary. Anyway, so can this serve a different function? Instead of me to do the headline this way, let me do it this way. Instead of you to use the product this way, can you use it this way? Check it. So eliminate, strip everything down. So now let's say you know that sometimes you get to a point where you keep adding stuff in your design, right? When you get to a particular point, you actually need to apply the elimination method. Begin to strip stuff down until you get to the point where maybe it is neat enough according to the taste of the client or the taste of your audience. Then lastly, reverse. Can you flip it? Can you change it? There was a time I was doing a sorry. When I was doing from the beginning with CAV, the design course, right? All my flyers, it looks like I wanted to fall off the page because I always, when I finish designing, I would just tilt it so that it looks like I was almost falling off the page, right? So it's not exactly reverse, it's rotate, but it still falls within the same area. So these are stuff that you can explore for your projects to see whether you can shake things up and make stuff like your ideas feel stronger. Okay, so now let's move into let's pause here first. Questions? You got a question? Do you got a question? No? Going twice. Okay, let me put on the mic for a short period of time. All right, ask your question, my boy.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening, PAP. I forgot. Good evening. So, my question was at you mentioned the camper, and
Yeah.
you said the S is the substitute, C combine, adapt. The M, I did not get it. The M, the P, the M, the P. I didn't get the information, the info there.
Oh, okay, to modify it.
Yeah,
So,
modify. Yeah.
okay, so I felt like no, I didn't go into details because I felt like it was explanatory enough. Can you alter the scale? Meaning, can you change the size of something? Right. So do you want to make the headline smaller while the product is bigger? Make the person inside smaller while the headline is bigger? Do you want to try reducing the size of your bullet points? Do you want to try? I'm talking about this in terms of marketing materials now. Do you want to try a different color, a different shape? There's a report that I did today that instead of me um, using um, just normal, like for the table of contents now, instead of me to just do one or chapter one English, chapter two English, chapter three English, I decided to use only O1. So I now put two one square, one rectangle. So the rectangle was tall like this, the square was normal square. So the square is green, the rectangle is purple. They are like right next to each other. Okay, and then I put the text, the O1 on the green side of things. She gets so when I tried it out, it gave the page more visual interest, but it did not clutter the page. Shake. So that's what
Yes.
they mean. So you can try a different shape. So instead of you to use like maybe a square, for instance, can you try a circle? Can you even combine it and use a cylinder? Can you use a blob instead? Right? Can you use a starburst at the back of the person's head? Can you try blue instead of green? Right? Can you tone down the saturation of the green and add like small brown to it? Can you use a gradient to tone down how heavy your orange is? That sort of thing. Change the shape, change the scale, change the size, change the texture, change the color, and so on and so forth. Then
Alright.
the put to another use is just like changing how something is used. So an example that I gave was instead of use putting like ordinary headline on the social media flyer. I was talking about it was talking about a venue for a festival, right? For a no, for yeah, it's a fashion festival, right? So instead of me to just say, I don't know what the headline was, I've forgotten. Instead of me to just put the headline like that on the flyer, I made it into like that kinikon water balloon, right? I made it round like that using Illustrator, and then I wrapped it around the body of that building. So that served as the headline, and that gave that flyer visual interest. That guy is still raving about that into today, and I did that how many years ago? Sure, you get. So it was very very interesting. It was different. It was creative, and it was just something wrapped around the building. That's all. Do you get? So does that answer your question? Yeah, well.
Yes, 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 it got it. I got it. Thank you. I understand now.
Any other questions? Going once. Hey, guys. Don't limit yourself. Yeah, I've been saying that since. Please ask your question. Oh. Put on your mic and ask your question. Ngozi Chukuka. I love it. Ngozi Chukuka. I love the meaning of the name. You will talk.
Good evening. Can you hear?
Good evening. Good evening, ma.
Can you? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't join from the beginning, but I wanted to
Okay.
ask. Sometimes I feel like when I design, I feel like the design is not like it's not okay. Like I don't know how to say it, sha, but like it's not okay. It's not really making sense. And I look at some other people's designs and they're looking so wow and all that. So I don't know if I should say don't limit myself now, and I try to go wide and all that, but it still does not like I don't feel like I'm getting it right.
Okay. So when you say it's not okay, what exactly do you mean? I need you to
Like
be specific.
like it's not looking okay to me. Like it's looking either dull or off or not sharp, or something is wrong with it.
Okay. So um I believe that problems are spirits. Yeah. I believe that problems are spirits. And if you want to solve a problem, you must know the name of that problem. So if the problem is a spirit, you must know the name of that spirit, right? Before you can even begin to solve the problem. So if, for instance, now um you don't know that you have endometriosis, you would, or maybe you don't know that you have a brain tumor. Let me use like an extreme example. If you don't know that you have a brain tumor, you keep taking Panadol, thinking that you just have ordinary migraine, not knowing that there's a tumor growing in your brain, right? But when you are able to call the name of the problem, you cannot say, Doctor, oh, I get brain tumor, oh, it dey here. Come come out am. Do you understand? So what I need you to do is, if you've watched week one, you've watched week two, right, and you're still experiencing this problem, I need you to be able to pin down where the problem is. Sure, you get, like I said, creativity is not the absence of talent. It's not that you're not a good designer, right? Sometimes it could be a matter of skill. It could be that you just don't know how to use the software, or you don't know how to achieve certain effects. that's a separate ball game entirely. But if you are saying that in terms of the strength of your idea, right, it could mean that you need to look for where the bottleneck is. Sometimes when you are talking to a client, right? Maybe a client brings a brief to you and you have some sort of unresolved past trauma working with clients of that nature, even if it's not that particular client, you have unresolved trauma working with clients of that nature from before. You will project on that decision and you will worry and you will drag and you will wonder, shey you get? Or maybe you're used to working on small projects and somebody gives you a big project, right? You will struggle with it, not because you don't know how to design, but because you have this big pressure at the back of your head that, oh, you must do something fantastic for this one. So, first of all, I need you to be able to name and shame your problem first. So this means that next time when you want to start designing, where in your that means you will follow the process I've given to you. First of all, you will start with defining the problem that you're trying to create. I mean, trying to solve with this product or service or whatever, right? You will also maybe define the emotion you want to evoke, right? Then you will go and look for the metaphor for that problem in relation to that emotion. Then you will define, oh, what's the story you're trying to tell with this thing? You can look for examples on Pinterest. You can look for examples on Google. By the time you do all the way to expression, right? You have a process. You have part one, part two, part three, part four. Like you have step one, step two, step three, step. So if you are still having that issue, you cannot say, okay, where in this step am I having problem? Is it when it comes to execution? Is it when it comes to mind mapping? Am I finding it hard to mind map? We cannot say, okay, this is Naye. But if it's that, oh, it's not okay. I had just to give you another example. I had a boss that tell me it's not exciting. Whenever I sent a design to her, she'll say it's not exciting. I have to call her one day, I don't know the meaning of exciting, oh, because exciting is different from person to person. What is exciting to me is not exciting to you. What is exciting to you is not exciting to the next person. So you can exciting is not it's not concrete feedback that I can work with. What I need you to tell me that, okay, is it the typography that's the issue? Is it the imagery? Is it the use of color? Is it the use of texture? Is it the use of pattern? If you need him to even create a checklist for you, I can create a checklist. Then you can say, oh, okay, um, color, shape, texture, imagery, typography, like maybe like 10 different things on the design. Oh, okay, is this typography actually have issue with? I can now go and bring different option of typography and show it to you in a test. We can do like an ABC test. Three different types of typography. Okay, I like this B. Now we are making progress. We are going somewhere. Okay. But if you don't know how to name the problem and you're just using adjective, oh, it's not beautiful, it's not banging. What's banging? Auntie, what's banging? So, are you understanding me?
Yes,
Hmm?
yes, I'm getting you. I'm
So
getting you.
follow the process and pinpoint where your bottleneck is first. My DM is open. You can come and tell me what the problem is when you find out.
Okay, thank you very much.
You are welcome. All right. So a couple of people have their hands up. Let's quickly answer those people. The first person is Cyprian. Let me not even bother mentioning your surname because I will just destroy it.
My
Sorry.
my question is around
You go connect your earpiece, so I can't hear you properly.
is it any better now?
Kind of, but go ahead. Let's see.
Okay, so it's around for example when we're using this framework, either Scamper or like the process that you give us. There are times when like how make some become certain on some design decisions, be able to tell if this works better than doing it like this. For example, when it comes to modifying, like how do you make decisions of say, let me change the color to this or change the shape to that?
Uncle, uncle, you know what you do for me? Where you type a question. Sorry, I genuinely can't hear you. And it's not just me. Okay. All right. Let's take the next question from Miracle William. Please type your question. I can't hear you. Miracle, are you there? Going once, going twice. We don't have time more. It's almost 9 o'clock. Obinna.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes. I just joined today. I just wanted to ask if the previous classes were recorded and how I can access them.
You can go to my YouTube channel. Let me give you a link to the playlist. The playlist is on there. Okay, that was the only question, yes?
Yes, thank you.
All right. So Adeoye.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you so much for your session. That's very insightful, and I'm so glad I'm part of this training. So I've been in this class since day one, and all of your process, you've not mentioned use of AI, because we're in a very AI driven
Okay.
society, and you've not
Good evening, ma.
mentioned using AI at all. So I want to ask that, do you use AI in
Good evening,
your
ma. Can you-
um ideation process at all or not?
I do use AI, but I do use AI as a supporting striker, not as the full-on thing. Um, One thing that I found there was when I started learning design. Um, the person that was teaching me, he wasn't teaching me design per se. He was teaching me how to use Photoshop and the tools in Photoshop, right? Which is same thing. It's not different. Not too different. Right. He would tell me, like, he would ask me to draw um detergent newspaper. So instead of me to use mockup, he would tell me to go and draw it from scratch. And I'm so happy that I did, because this thing taught me how to do photo manipulation properly. It was there I was able to learn um using, like, understanding, like a very good understanding of lighting and shadow. And he wasn't the one that taught me, oh, light and he said, I should look at the kidney of detergent, and I should just create it. And then while I was doing that, I was able to pick up on understanding of light and shadow, and then I went from there fully into photo manipulation. And then, so far so good, right? So I said all of that to say this: AI is fast becoming it's not even fast becoming, it has become a very vital tool to some people and competition to some other people, right? I personally don't use AI to ideate, at least not the first iteration of it, right? I always have like the initial bullet points, the initial idea first, which comes from research, um, um, looking at what the competitors are doing, checking Pinterest, and so on and so forth, like that. Coming, like, just putting the preliminary or the initial ideas together. So when you now put those ideas together, I will now use AI to expand it. So I don't use AI to start. I use AI to continue, then I finish. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
Okay. William, are you back? Miracle. Good
Good
evening,
evening,
ma.
ma. Hello.
I can hear
Okay,
you.
ma. Please, my question goes this way. So, working in a printing press, and okay, so it turns out that anytime
I can't hear you. Even if network is really poor today, oh.
My boss gives me a design to run out. It doesn't come out
Okay. So Miracle, you
professionally
may need
as
that.
I'm doing my own design. And most of the time, he will call me and like saying, the design doesn't look well. The design do that, design do that. And when I post my own design, it seems I put in more time.
But I think generally I understand what the question you're trying to ask is. Like when you do your personal work, it carries more power. There's more in it than when you do your corporate work, right? And I think I have experienced that same thing when I was working with FCMB. My boss that time used to see my WhatsApp status, right? And then I would create stuff and just post on my status, and she'd be like, that thing that you posted on your status, so you cannot do it for us, Abby. That you can do like creative work for yourself, but you cannot do it for us. And the question that I usually ask myself at the time was like, what was the difference between what I was doing and what they were doing? The difference was corporate brand manual. Yeah, that's the difference. The difference was brand manual. The difference was I was working within a box in my office, a box, while for my own personal stuff, the box does not exist. The within my corporate kini, I was afraid of failing. You are literally constrained to another person's idea of creativity. But in your own personal stuff, there's nobody telling you what is creative or not. You are just doing. That freedom, that there's creative freedom to, and it's a deep form of expression that you are able to just create without anything holding you back. And fun fact, when you create like that, what you come out with is 100 times stronger than what you work with when you are working within brand manual. Because brand manual will tell you that your logo must sit here. Why must it sit there? I know that it's for consistency. Oh. I know, no, from a professional perspective, let me put my cane down. From a professional perspective, I get it. I get it. But from a rebellious creative perspective, middle finger to you. Because what do you mean I cannot put the logo somewhere else? What do you mean? The image must be here. No, I want to put it down. Do you get? Or, oh, you must use imagery. I want to use illustration. Or I want to combine illustration and imagery together. Do you get? So when you come and you maybe, there's something I used to call, I used to call it like a corporate infection. You will notice that when you start working somewhere, first off, like when you just came in newly, ideas they swim. Ideas now water. Every time you're coming up with new stuff, they're like, this guy sharp. This money we're paying you is not for waste. And then over time, you get infected. The corporate infection sets in. Now, you are now using Chinedu. You know that Chinedu boy now? That boy that is on stock, all the stock images, that black boy. That was like that Chinedu boy. Then you now use Sister Chioma, that yellow girl that have jaga jaga hair. That everybody's using. So you get that will not be like the standard. It's not be if you want to design something that has like app interface or phone, it's somebody holding phone like this. So it becomes that just becomes the standard. Do you get? So you get infected, and then that just becomes life. And if you're not careful, that corporate infection will infect you, your personal self. That whatever design you want to create, it carries that corporate feel. So that's why I think for every designer, if your boss is still saying, oh, your personal work is stronger, right? I want you to do your personal work, like even if it's like day house, go do them. Don't do it in the office. Change of environment, just like we said. Different strategies for creative block. Day your house, do them. That thing that you did in the office, carry and go house. Use that same copy. Do it as if it is you, miracle, your own self you're doing it for. Do a madness. Come the next morning, come show him. You go see, say, go tell you, say, it's too much. Maybe the color is too heavy. It's too bright. This thing is too big, make it smaller. Or this one is too small, make it bigger. Before you know it, they go spoil the design. Before you know, the design will look horrible. Then they will say, now you know, doing well. So sometimes it's you, sometimes it's them. Do you understand? So I would just say, test it out and say, okay, this thing we create, okay, let me go and redo it. Use your own idea of what that thing is supposed to be. In fact, always start with your own idea first. Do you get? Instead of doing brand manual, start with your own idea first. Then do brand manual, submit those 2 options. So they will never see you as, oh, you're not creative anymore. That's what I used to do. There's one that I did report cover today. The person who I drawn for, I didn't see with her when it comes to me generally, I don't follow status quo. That this is what brand manual say. Your brand manual they chop bottle. Your brand manual they chop bottle. I don't care about your brand manual. I want to do creative work. And whatever it is that makes that work creative, that gets you the eyes that you're looking for your business, now what I go do? I'm not saying anybody daddy. Do you get? So when I do it finish, and then I go, I said I did that report and I shared it with her, and she called me, she was screaming. Oh my God, Adeze. And then she called her friend on video call to show her, come and see what Adeze did. You go outside. People go see him. What's up for you, Nanda? You say, give us a number. They will call your number. They go give me money. Oh. So let's come back home. Let's come back home. So miracle. Do the first thing that comes to your mind from now on. Right? The idea will come to forget waiting the brand is supposed to be. Do what you come your mind first. Then do the one way they expect from you. Combine those 2 ideas together. Present it. They will see. If they drag you again, come and call me. I'll come on. No, don't call me. They're gonna arrest me. I know the house. Okay, so let's take just one more question. And I'm not going to ask David. David, go and sit down first. You're a regular customer. Later, okay? When we finish what we are doing, Joshua. If Joshua not can answer us, David go come enter.
I would love to ask how long have you been using Photoshop?
Uncle, ask question that is relating to what we are talking about.
No, I would love to know that one because it still tells your skill over time and the experience. So I would love to know how long you've been using it, because a lot of time you find people that are 1 year old, they'll be like, my design is not exciting or is not giving.
8 years.
Thank you very much.
You're not welcome. See head. Let's go. Let's go back to our this thing. Nobody ask me anything again. That's me anything again. After the class, you can ask. Leave me alone. Let's quickly run through the remaining one. We did page 8 of 23 now. Which you come here to sleep. Building an idea bank. Let's just turn through it. Now, this one, very important to my head. Oh, very important to my head. Listen. You cannot listen. If you not hear anything I've said today, you cannot create what you cannot imagine. Keep it in your head. Put it in your left hand. Chop small inside, make it digest. Drink water, let it go down smooth. You cannot create what you cannot imagine. Okay? And you need, just like a plant, you need to be able to feed your plant with fertilizer. Pour water, pour me water. Put fertilizer, put on near sun. Make the thing they grow, they bear fruit. Okay? So idea bank is like fertilizer that you keep feeding your brain to continue to generate those sweet, sweet ideas that's coming up. Do you get? Now, ideas come in different places. Number one, toilets. Ah, I said it before. I said this toilet, there's something in the toilet that used to bring idea that is hot. Maybe because they are dropping something that's hot anyway. Let's come back home. So for you, as the idea they come, you may need to quickly type it in your note app. It could be idea for content. It could be idea for a project that you have done that has already passed. I should have done this for that project. Write them. Write them. It could be like, oh, you're working maybe on your laptop or something. Have a jotter next to you. If you're going out, put small paper inside your pocket with small pen, or put whatever you get, something that you can be able to quickly take notes with. So you just quickly write it down. I promise you, you go need them. It go dey useful. Because here's my thing. Idea they run, no. Idea they do like goat. You know they gree stay house. So if you don't keep it, it will evaporate. If you say, oh, let me get to when I get to my write it, what that be? You will remember, you will forget, not remember. You will forget it. A word is enough for the wize. All right? They say aboro la sofomo luabi. So bad denwe. Ado din. That's all I can say on that Mara. Another way you can build an idea bank, in case you don't understand Yoruba, what it means is when somebody says something that is like half, let me be literal. When somebody says a word that is half, right, to you as a good child, once that half of a word enter your head, the other half should be able to connect, and then it makes sense to you. So it's that meaning that they're going to use all mouths to tell you, they're not supposed to use all mouths to tell you something. By yourself, you're supposed don't get small wize, got small wisdom to understand. Anyway, mood board. You can use Pinterest or any other kind of mood board. There's even physical, you can create physical boards. There was a time that that year when I was growing up where I used to save a calendar. I used to save calendar. I used to save magazines, and I would just cut stuff out and piece them together. That's in the sweets. There was a time I cut the it was a big calendar. You know those calendars that they used to flip, like those long ones, they used to flip like this and hang it on the wall. That year, all of us don't grow. You know, they hang calendar for what again. These children of nowadays. Anyway, so I cut out the model. I think it was like a soap calendar or something. I cut out the model. That time we used to have turkey. I go plug all the I pluck the feather where this turkey body. Even the turkey no say something happened to them that day. It be like person get accident when I finish. And I used to arrange it around the head of the model. Then I went to my mom's favorite clothes. Them I go come out the rhinestones. Till today, she never know which one I come out the rhinestones. I put it and style it around her eye like this, and just some other places on her face, and I hang it on the wall in the parlor. My mother was like, "Which kind herbalist? Which kind herbalist style with this one?" But it was part of me being creative. It was part of me just doing stuff, allowing my play mode to happen and just be free and just create. Do you get? So you could have a physical board. You could have a digital board, which is like Pinterest, where you can just save amazing ideas on your own. If you just do instead of TikTok, just scroll Pinterest or search for creative ads and just be feeding your mind. Just be feeding your mind. All right. And then we can also have a swipe file. This is where you save ads, designs and copies. So it could be that you have like a place on your I used to put it on Telegram. There's that everybody has like a group for themselves that is called saved messages or saved files or whatever, that only you get access to them. Everybody has it on Telegram. Even on WhatsApp, you can message yourself on WhatsApp as a way of saving ideas or saving files or whatever. I have a place like that too for myself where I just save stuff, right? So yeah. So an example is this Ogivi, David Ogebana, because I don't tire to the call him in normal name, Ogebana. The father of advertising, carried notebooks everywhere. That's what they said. I never see him. Now what they talk, they say he's from so when he's going anywhere, he's to carry the notebook. I never see where he talking by himself, but now what I see, now what I hear with that. So he will write down and scribble down his ideas, and then later they become full-fledged um creative work. All right, ideation in your workflow. Let me pause here. Ideation in your workflow basically means that where do you start? If you are thinking, oh, when I have collected the brief and I've talked to my organ or my client, oh, when I now open Photoshop, I'll now begin my process. Auntie, please. Okay. So your workflow begins from the beginning. In the beginning. All right. That is where your creative process actually starts. It doesn't start when you open Photoshop. It doesn't start when you collect the brief. It starts way before then. All right. So let's start with understanding that from the brief stage, even before the brief stage, because you already have an inkling, right? Before they even give you the brief, they've probably already given you a concept to work with. Example for moonshot, they gave a concept document that talked about building momentum. And sorry, my head is aching. Building momentum and what building momentum looks like from a program perspective. So they've already given us that. So what we needed to do was read through that concept notes and begin to understand for ourselves what building momentum looks like. So when you ask yourself, okay, building momentum, what does a visual example, in fact, even before you even visual yourself, when you say it by yourself, building momentum, right? Momentum, what does momentum as a word itself mean, right? So that's where it started from, and then it can spiral from there. So, but that's where your creative whatever starts from. You ask all the questions. Okay, ask all the questions. When they bring the brief to you, oh, we want to create a flyer, we want to create a banner, we want to ask all the questions. What exactly is this for? Who are we talking to? Where is it going? See, that that there's a time that I made like a mistake. I created they said I should create a deck. So I created a deck and I didn't ask the right questions. When I created the deck, they were like, oh, okay, nice. Thank you. Where's the print version? What did you say? He said, yeah, it's supposed to be a brochure. Kill I mean. What do you mean is supposed to be a brochure? So I've already done the deck. Those, those 19 by 20, 1920 by 1080, that's 16 by 9 size for presentation like this. They now say, where's the brochure? Uncle, how? She get. So that's the thing that kind of, because now you are now under pressure to do something else that your mind was not prepared for. She get that you did not prepare yourself for. And you might struggle with creativity because of the pressure. She get. So understand and ask all the questions. Where is it going? Who is it for? What are we communicating? What problem are we trying to solve? You can even ask them that at the end of this campaign, for instance, what do you want people, like what's the action we want people to take? What's the CTA? What actions do we want people to take? Okay, what do you want people to feel? Oh, want them to feel this, feel that, da 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 da. Okay, so you can also ask what are the KPIs? Yes, like at the end of this campaign, what are the KPIs? What do you want to see happening for us as a brand? Oh, we want brand awareness. We want all of those things. You can take them into consideration as part of, oh, these are the problems that we're trying to solve. We have lack of awareness. Okay. Even you can make suggestions from the position of a designer and say, hey, this campaign, I feel like we can split it into a series. This is how I'm thinking about it. Series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to help us build awareness. All right. Then concept stage, run through framework, like finish with your process first, like do your process and then run through frameworks like Scamper. You can do mind mapping as well and all of that, all the other processes that, you know. Then there's the presentation stage. When you want to present, don't present as, and this is one big problem I'm still trying to solve for myself, right? When we want to present our ideas, we present it as designers instead of marketers. Catch it. I say when we want to present our ideas, we present it like designers instead of presenting like marketers. A marketer is trying to sell you something, so they are persuading you. They are saying stuff in your language for you to understand what they are selling to you. But you as a designer, you are talking big using design language. You expect them to be able to understand that when you put blue and purple together, it works. They don't know that. They don't know that when you put blue and purple, it works. In fact, when they open their wardrobe in the morning, they just close their eyes and they do like this and pick whatever they want and wear and go out. They don't check whether their green is matching their blue. So they don't care about the color or whatever. But how can you now bring it together in a way that somebody that doesn't understand Shengbai about design is able to easily understand it? That's your problem now. That's your burden to carry. Write it in your learning and development notes. Part of things you need to go and learn. But that's not my work tonight. Example is these guys. I've been hearing a lot about them and I've been doing a lot of research into who they are. They said they are very, very strong leaders when it comes to innovation. So might be useful for you to check them out. But one thing I found very interesting is that they have brainstorm into every single, they brainstorm every single step of their workflow. I feel like that's going to, there's no wonder they're innovative, right? Because that's going to be a freaking game changer. Imagine brainstorming, like I can't even imagine how I want to work with them. And that when people are seeing this by any mistake, that let me to work with this. Well, I just love that. I want to work in places where they think on a large scale like this, right? Where they just have different processes and different systems, so that you can just pick all those infinity stones and put it in your hand like tin panels, and you do, and things just happen. Anyway, part of your workflow is time blocking, right? There are sometimes, let's use an example of you cleaning your house, right? Your house is dirty, scattered, is just like my house. My house is very scattered right now. Oh, my house is scattered, my house is dirty. There are sometimes you just tell yourself that I give myself 1 hour, I'm going to finish cleaning this house. And your brain and your body agrees that okay, this 1 hour I'm going to use and clean this house. You even go as far as putting music to ginger yourself. You can block time like that, but not too long, please. Not too long. You can say, okay, this starts next 30 minutes now. This entire campaign, I want to brainstorm the idea. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just bing, 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 bing. As the raw ideas are coming, the more you research, as the more ideas are coming, just write them down. Don't do too much, right? Then take another short time and do the mind mapping. Okay? And then maybe you can take a bit of time and gather bad ideas as well. Because like I said, good idea might be hiding inside the bad one. Especially when you now decide to add Scamper to it, just cut and join like Obioma Tilo. All right. Long-term growth. What does long-term growth look like? Do you know that? Have you ever gone back to look at the designs you did some years ago? I was looking at where did I go? Where did I go that I saw my old designs? I've forgotten where I was, what I was checking. I think it was either this laptop or it was Google Drive, because I usually upload my stuff into a folder that year. Oh my God, I was like, this girl, you know something, oh, right? But then there are some of the designs that I was like that actually inspired what I was currently working on. All right, so you can keep track of your ideas. You can just keep them somewhere. Even the ones that they rejected, Do you know? So there's some of us that design, and then when your boss say, "Oh no, we don't want this one, we want this other one," you other ones that remain, you can't throw it away. No, don't throw it away. Oh, keep it somewhere. You can revisit them later, and you will find that okay, this thing that I did here, it go useful for this other campaign that we want to do. All right. Then lastly, refine them. You can polish what you've done. If you've done, let's say, like an artist, you've done a painting before, right? You maybe did a painting of a rock on that is float that is flying, for instance, 5 years ago. I think you've seen some of those artists where they will now take the thing that they did like maybe 8 years ago and redo it based on what they currently like their current level of expertise or knowledge. Now they will redo it again, and then you can tell that okay, progress has taken place. All right. So now let's talk about the risk of creativity and cultural sensitivity quickly. This one is not much. Being too creative can backfire. Catch it. Just hold on to it like that. I will tell you when to eat it. Being too creative can backfire. Oh yeah, chop them, swallow them, drink water, make it go down smooth. Being too creative can backfire. Yeah. There are sometimes you do something so gege that you miss the mark. Because now your audience need stethoscope, microscope, dictionary, thesaurus, flashlight, and GPS to understand what you have created. Doesn't make sense. It's too much. All right. So you need to dial it back. You need to go back to your house and go and find the original idea where people go understand. Okay. Another part of it is that apart from maybe them not understanding, you can actually offend somebody or offend a group of people. I remember that year that they dragged me for Twitter. They dragged me for like 3 days. I don't feel sleep. That time I was new to dragging. Now I didn't even find who go drag myself. And they find who go drag me. I don't go drag me. No. Oh, wow. How wicked. So at the time who go drag me, that time I did one ad like that. I think it was for International Women's Day. International Women's Day was a very sensitive day. No one of our people just say Happy International Women's Day. God bless you. Bye bye. Right? Because if you go miss like that, they feel gather you. They feel gather you. Do you get? And I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about anybody in general. Because being a woman definitely is a sensitive thing generally from birth to death, right? So I did one ad like that. I thought it was hard, but it was tone deaf, right? And then people got offended and they were dragging me left to right. They were like, "See, she's even laughing in the comment section, opening teeth, not said." Example: there's a campaign that they did with Kendall Jenner. I mean, Kendall Jenner. No, I don't know her name, but the backlash was crazy, man. For Pepsi, it was crazy. It was very, very crazy. All right. So you can read all this English later. Let's quickly go to cultural sensitivity. We are not going to spend too much time again. So before you press send, before you send it to your boss, before you send for approval, go through this checklist. Number 1, based on gender. Is one gender being misrepresented, disempowered, and so on and so forth? Right? Is one gender being neglected? Because there are sometimes that we don't even understand. We may not really know it, but this is also me. Okay, this is also myself. I'm talking to myself. I find that when I design for moonshots, for instance, I use more of women than I do men. Like all those cyborg, you find that 90% of them are female cyborgs instead of male cyborgs. Somebody actually had to call me out one day and be like, "Is it only like why do I always use?" And I'm like, "I don't have an answer to give you." I'm just a nonsense person sometimes. So gender, ethnicity, or race. You are talking to Yoruba people, you're talking to Igbo people, you're talking to everybody, but let's say you're doing like a comparison type thing, and the person that is the negative part is Igbo person, and the person that is the positive part is the Yoruba person. You don't cause wahala. Okay. Or maybe if there's any stereotypes around Igbo people or stereotypes around Yoruba people, and you are leaning towards it, or any other ethnicity or even race like black people, white people, Asian, whatever, right? And you're leaning into it, it might seem disrespectful, or it might come off as disrespectful to those people, and then your campaign, no matter how creative it is now useless. All right. Religion is another thing. An example is Easter. I think there was a time that somebody did something around a gege bread for Easter, and then Khan came outside. Those ones, they know they come outside for anything except to come and be dragging people out. People are dying all over the place. Anyway, let me focus on what I came here to say. Nonsense. They don't come out anyway. Oh, sorry. Flash of pain. Okay. So, are you being disrespectful? Are you using sacred symbols in the wrong way? Let's say using the cross in the wrong way, maybe tilting it or turning it upside down, that kind of thing. Are you doing it the wrong way? Or maybe you picture, or maybe use a picture of maybe a nun or something, or someone religious, or maybe a Muslim um woman. I think there was a time that I wanted to, I think when I was in FCMB, I was designing something. The one was wearing hijab, but the way the hijab was, she was wearing a suit underneath or something, and it was a V-neck suit. Her breast was not showing, but her, like, this up of her chest was showing. And I know that, okay, when it comes to like Islamic practices, they don't show their body like that. Almost, I had to put camisole that almost reach neck, so that you get. So keeping an eye on those things. Now, biases. You, and once again, design is a reflection. Okay, you might be biased and you don't know. Maybe you favor fair complexion people as opposed to dark people. You'll find that um majority of your models that you're using are fair in complexion. All right. So keep an eye on being able to be inclusive in your design. Then lastly, we have global events. So maybe you're designing about war, disasters, and stuff. Please keep an eye on the fact that you are not trivializing anything that is serious. Let's say you're designing for Gaza or something. Maybe you now put maybe somebody, hey, maybe you now put and they can't put on the gender, it's too late. Put the picture of maybe somebody drinking Pepsi in the middle of the war or something as a way of making light of the whatever. That's so freaking disrespectful. That's so horrible, right? So keep an eye on those kind of things. Now, final curtain before I take all your many questions. We have done, these 3 weeks has been a journey into creative maturity, right? I think I've mentioned it like twice already, but I want you to keep in mind the fact that you are no longer who you were before you joined this thingamamingi way we don't do for the last 3 weeks. You are now a creative somebody. The person that was not creative before the last 3 weeks does not exist. We don't know him. We don't know her. Say bye-bye. Bye. Not even see you later. Goodbye. We shall never meet again. We have broken up forever. All right. So all that we have done is to prepare you for prepare your mind, prepare your spirit, prepare your body, prepare you generally to be able to become the driver of your own ideation process, to become a stronger designer and a stronger employer, a stronger employee, a stronger business owner, a stronger creative, a stronger anything you want to apply these creative ideas to. So build systems that work for you. What I've done is give you systems that work for me. So if you feel like there's something that is not working, you want to expand it, you want to contract it, you want to destroy it and put your own stuff. So far it works. It doesn't matter. Do what you want to do. All right. And lastly, creativity is not just you being different. Oh, I want to say, sometimes it's the simplest thing that makes you creative. All right. So far it is effective and it hits the mark of solving the problem you're trying to solve. It hits it hard. Then you are considered creative. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, We have come to the end of this. I will not miss you. I will not miss you. I refuse. Ask your question. David.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Actually, this is actually eye opener. Yes, I'm very glad I was able to make it from the beginning to the end, and I got a lot of things that I am applying. Your assignment, I did it. I put it was confidential. I did it in one particular project I worked on last night.
Okay.
So it was actually I sent it to the CEO of the company, and he was really excited. He was like, "No, this is different." I posted it on my LinkedIn page. Like, it was like, "This is different. That we're going with this idea." And she even handled um the rest of the other storytelling, like aside from the graphics, that is their content printing and everything. So it's a really eye
Yeah.
opening. I have one question. Yeah, one question. And the question goes like this. So you mentioned I think someone asked the question based on AI, like how where's the limit of AI in creativity? I think something like that. So I was just asking that, okay, if you are using this AI, like AI in terms of
Can I hear?
okay, please from what side did I break? Okay, let me come again. I said that someone asked a question earlier on like where there's AI, where is the conjunction between AI and your ideation and your creative process? I mean your own idea. Like is it okay to balance it, something like that. So my question is that when we are when we're executing when we're executing a let's say a task or we are done with the creative process, which AI can we use? No, like for instance now I'm not very good with photo manipulation. I know that I'm not very good in photo manipulation. So now I sometimes there are some things that will come to my head. I think like this idea will come very, very creative. But now to put it to the next to bring it to actualization, I think it's a problem. So most time I will try and use AI to like help me fill in that gap. Like to just help me fill in the gap at one point. But it will not give me what I want. So I end up creating something entirely not to my taste. So I'm really like, this thing, I know this, I don't want this thing this way. I want it better than this. But because of so what do you think? Is there any AI thing you could recommend, or is there any class that we should that you could recommend for that either a take class or
Okay. So I think I get the majority of what you're trying to ask. I think it's a skill issue, right? Sometimes you want to create something and um knowing that, oh, I need to actually do photo manipulation for this thing, and it holds you back. You need to go and do two things for me. You will learn photo manipulation and you will learn prompt engineering. I think it's prompt engineering that they call it, where you learn how to actually put prompts together. So you will go and learn those two things. Yeah. Because even if you're doing photo manipulation, sometimes you need speed, right? Let's say you work in a fast-paced environment, you need to quickly do something. You may not have time to go and start doing photo manipulation from scratch. So that means you need to use AI to assist yourself. So knowing how to say um, low poly illustration of the isometric view of a black man holding a brown dog walking down the street in a Nigerian market. The temperature is this, the environment is lively, the walls are broken, the camera angle is this, the camera style is panoramic, is 33. There's the field. The depth of field is 33 slash mf. All those kind of things. So you need to go and learn it. That's your assignment, your personal assignment from me to you. Come back and tell me how it goes. Okay? And if I don't come back, I know where you live. Actually, I don't. I don't know in case I tell you. Man is not there. I don't know.
I work
Yeah.
on it. So photo manipulation and the prompt
Prompt
engineering.
engineering.
Get that.
Yeah.
Okay, that. I'm
I want
doing
to see you
that.
succeed.
Thank you.
I really want to see you succeed. I want you to get to a point where you are the one teaching me, saying, "Ah, this is how you do it, sir. See, okay, oh, yeah, what the outside? Anita, how should I close your eyes?"
All right, thank you very much. Thank
You're
you very much.
welcome.
I really-
Chukwuemeke. See, I call your name well this time around. Though.
Yes, you did. Finally, on the last day. Yes, so my question is about creative ideation, but within a design system. Because when you answered that guy's question, you bashed brand manuals, which can also be design systems. You did. You bashed brand manuals, yeah, and you're like, oh, you should work creatively. Yeah, but there are some projects, like Moonshot, for example. I know that there is a design system in place that you probably have created for this year. So how do you ideate creatively? Yeah, as wild as possible, but still within a given system.
This guy is wicked. Though. Don't be joining my class again. This guy is wicked. Because of you now, the neck of my shirt don't slack. You don't drag them. Anyway.
It's a real problem that I'm currently facing.
Okay. No, but seriously, that was all a joke. I joke it out, sorry. All right. To answer your question, Moonshot has a brand manual, but one thing that I made sure to do was not to restrict too much what anybody can do. Right. We already know that okay, this is the design style. What you can do within that design style is up to you. Go crazy. All right. This is your design style. I make sure that the logo is side left aligned, center aligned, right aligned. You can put it anywhere you like. It's because it is in conjunction with another brand. That's why we have it at the top, so that they can have like top visibility. That's why it's always there, right? If not, me, I go move on. If it's just Moonshot, I go move on. Cannot come and fight. Okay, they can fight me. They know my address. Anyway, so so yeah, I don't have any issues personally with brand manuals. I find them restrictive, to be honest, especially the really top corporate ones, where there's a gatekeeper like your manager that will tell you, oh no, you cannot use this woman, you got to use that man. Yeah, that kind of thing, right? Or I work with Quidax. Quidax is a cryptocurrency platform, right? So their own style is low poly illustration. Low, if you could just go and Google it, low poly illustration. That thing is restrictive as hell. It means that everything that you need to do in terms of imagery, you need to do within low poly illustration. Bust my head. You get. So now I started
Seems
trying
very
to find ways.
stressful.
Thank God for AI. And I say with my chest, quote me anywhere. Thank God for AI. Now they use, because who has time to start? Illustration is one thing. You now use low poly again. You know what low poly is? Please. So I find that corporate brand manuals are very, very restrictive, right? I prefer brand manuals that at least allow you a little bit of wiggle room. The SCMB one I was talking about is restrictive, yes, but it's restrictive. The restrictiveness is not based on the brand manual per se. It's based on the mind of the people I was working with, or the people that are guarding that brand manual, because they're people that are custodians of it, that guard it, what comes out and what goes in. So when you do maybe strong, if you do really strong photo manipulation, it still falls into the law of using imagery. You don't put it on the left-hand side, be having on the right-hand side where it's supposed to. Put your copy on the other side. It's normal. Do you get? But then they will, somebody that is guarding it might now tell you, oh no, we cannot use this, it's too this thing. Use a man in a gray suit that is holding phone and smiling. So sometimes it's not the brand manner that is the issue, it's the custodian, the guardians of that brand manner that is the problem. So for you may need to ask yourself, like, inside all these rules and regulations, where do I have space to play? I always look for space to play. Where do I have space to play? You can have space to play within the imagery, meaning that you can do photo manipulation, you can do illustration. And listen, there are many types of illustration you can explore. The word is your oyster, is your stage. You can do whatever you like. The word is your playground. You can do illustration of any kind, perspectives, style, imagery. You can do photo manipulation. You can do mixed media. You can do you understand? So far, they're not saying, oh, you must use man holding phone, smiling with gray suit. That's what we must use. So if there's wiggle room, wiggle, pee, wiggle your bum, not your bum. The come back home. The creativity, wiggle it. All right. So if it's in typography, wiggle. We know that with colors you can't wiggle, right? With typography, wiggle. With texture, wiggle. With use of shape, wiggle. Change it from man holding this into 3D. Wiggle. Forget it.
Yes, thank you very much. That makes sense. I don't know why. So look for the wiggle room and then just maximize it.
Exactly.
Thank you.
The farthest place you can farthest it to the farthest, and the motherest place you can mother it, mother and they go. Okay, so next person is Emmanuel Mengot. Why did you get
Yes,
the men from?
Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
Okay, firstly, I wish to appreciate you for this 3-week session that you organized, and I can say that it has been of great help on my design journey. So I have 2 questions for you this evening, and I hope you're going to attend to all my 2 questions.
Okay.
Okay, so for my first question, you mentioned that as creatives that we should not only limit our ideas to the creative standards, that we should brainstorm on ideas by going to Pinterest and glancing our eyes through designs, and we should see how to like break the creative standard. So I wish to ask, like, as you said, that we should go to places like Pinterest and get ideas from there. And I can tell you that most of the time when I'm scrolling through Pinterest, I realize that most of the designs there follow the same, the same principles, that the same left alignment, the same placement of images and all that. And you said that as designers we have to be creative. So I wish to ask that does it mean that after maybe getting your ideas from Pinterest, does it mean that if you are following the same the same procedures of the creative industry, does it mean that you are not creative?
You go give me hard question. My wife be this. Can't you give me something simple? Like, what is your name?
You can't pass you now, ma. I know that you can't pass you.
Who is making noise in the back here? Yeah. Okay, I can help you mute them. No vex. Mute him. You're welcome. All right, so just to answer your question, yeah. When you go on Pinterest, you would find the regular stuff. This is where you SCAMPER. This is where it's scamper. So for instance, let's take you know what? Let me share my screen and we'll just pick random ideas from anywhere. Now, just to give you an example. So let's say, make I refresh anything I see. Really nice. Let's say we are doing. How do I do? Okay, let's do this computer. Let's say we are doing something like maybe we are doing something related to computer. I don't know what you know what. Let's get something simpler. It can be computer. It's fine. That one to follow the right, or maybe this paint tube. Randomness ideas, or these two people that are doing wedding, right? Now let's even do wedding. Let's do wedding. So when you open like a wedding flyer or whatever, you find all sorts like they're always the same thing: man and woman next to each other, text in front, right? So what if you merge ideas from different places? That's your M now, right? Merge ideas from different places. So you can do the regular stuff.
Ma, please,
But what if you
I can't see your screen. So
is that a general thing? You guys can't see my screen. Is that a general thing?
okay, now it's visible. It's visible.
Okay. So what I was saying is you can try to merge ideas, right? So this is your regular wedding kini. This is your regular wedding stuff. What if you combine this maybe this wedding style with bitmap? Ah, crazy. What if you do it in bitmap style? So these people in front, for instance, can be in bitmap. Oh, now he's creative. You just combine ideas together. That's it. Let me show you another one. Let me pick this guy. Right. This is as regular as they come. And I'll just go and look for movie poster. This one needs to go to office. I just think I'll just start singing. Okay. Let me see which one can still feel a little bit appropriate. So okay, so imagine something like this, right? And you do one for the man, do one for the woman, and you maybe name it like missing rib or something like that, right? Or let's do for another one. Now we are combining wedding ideas with movies, or you do something like this, where you manipulate the man and the woman sitting down and you put their name in 3D. Or you do something like this. Random ideas. So see the way you are merging ideas from different places. Put the man and the woman, make their shadow face each other and kiss or something like that. How many ideas do you have now? Exactly.
Too many already.
Exactly. So merge different things. Don't relegate when you want to search for birthday ideas. Don't search based on birthday ideas. So you can search for birthday ideas to get like what the look and feel, maybe the types of color, the type of flower. Carry another one and join it inside. Mix it now soup. Mix them, throw it by inside. Food is ready. So I hope that answers your question. You say you have another one.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for answering my first question. Okay. For my second question, you talked about photo manipulation. That you talked about manipulation, and it's something that I can say that I'm curious about. learning it. But anytime I go to YouTube and search photo manipulation, I see a lot of information which YouTube channel or which websites do you can you suggest for us who want to learn photo manipulation? Like which websites and which channels on YouTube can you suggest for us designers who want to incorporate photo manipulation into our creativity?
You can go to Caesar Graphics, CEASER, Caesar Graphics. You can go to there's other girl that I know, CAV, you can go to
Exactly.
that's quite just one random girl I know that.
CAV does photo
Anyway.
manipulation classes. I don't know where I'm going to again.
Anyway, there's also Benny Productions. There's Benny Productions on YouTube. There's Caesar Graphics. There's me. There is who else do I know? There are a lot of Indian guys. You can search there. You see them. There are plenty, but they really know what they're doing. So there's that. I don't know any other specific name I can give to you because I don't use YouTube tutorials to learn. I learn based on project because I forget. One thing about tutorials is that you always have to go back to go and learn the thing again. Like if you use it for the first time, use the tutorial to learn. You don't like the information is not retained in your brain. You have to go back again and again and again. So I learn based on my current need. I learn based on my current need, not based on I just want to learn photo manipulation randomly. I just go and pick. So if I need photo manipulation to for a drink brand, for instance, I will go and look for, like, I'll first of all like do all the normal process, define the problem, who are we talking to, how are we doing this thing, what's the environment, da 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 da. Then if I want to learn, I'm gonna learn okay how to combine these environments together. And to answering this question is also in the way answering David's question, right? Because when you want to do photo manipulation, right, you need to learn how to break down your elements into tiny little bits. So you know that, this is the emotion you're trying to evoke. What are the, you have done your mind mapping. Oh, you need trees. Okay, trees. You need water, like a body of water. You need maybe a tiger pursuing the man holding the drink. Tiger pursuing man. The man is holding drink. The drink is open, drink open. The Fanta is pouring out of the bottle, right? So now you have a breakdown of the things that you need, right? Now you can put it together one by one. Oh, tree like this, man like this, put in shadow, put it. So now, when you're not done with that, you can now say, okay, what are the extra things that I can add to this thing to sweet? Which actually put inside the soup again, we make it sweet. Okay. So those are the core thing is already done. This is just adding like little details to it. Change the filming. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, ma. You have. Thank you very much.
Cyprian, I refuse to mention your surname. Sorry. I'm protecting the both of us. Good evening, sir.
Okay, so I was not able to ask my question because of network. So I wanted to ask, can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I wanted to ask, how do you like settle on a design decision, especially for example, if we are using the SCAMPER method, if we are trying to use modify, like how are you able to tell if this will work as against that? Like how are you able to settle that okay, this works better than this? That's the question.
I think sometimes that decision is not yours to make. It could be the clients that needs to make that decision. Like for Lola now, after we have done the mood boarding, like Lola is I will sing her praises anyway. She's an amazing human being. After we are done, putting what we wanted to put together, I created 2 concepts for her and I shared with her. and she loved the both of them. She even took the both of them, right? But it was one that was like major, the major one. But yeah, um, sometimes it's you looking at all the ideas. Not that you have done many bad ideas now. It's combined many bad ideas. Sometimes it's you looking at those bad ideas and saying, okay, after I've combined all the bad ideas, like pair them to like husband and wife, which one is the strongest? Okay, in terms of maybe the way it's beautiful, in terms of the way it's communicating, which one is the closest, the strongest one? And if you can't decide, you can ask other people. We're not an island. You can ask other people, right? And say, hey, I've done these 4 things or these 4 ideas for, like, before you can start creating these 4 ideas for this campaign that I'm working on, or for this wedding invitation, or for this whatever. These are the things that I have done. Which one do you think is the strongest? I like this number 2. Or put it in the community. Oh, I like this number 4. Oh, 5 people choose number 4. Number 4 it is. Oh, 3 people chose number 6. Okay, I'm going to send in number 4 and number 6 and see what the client chooses. So you can even have this other 2 in the cooler in case they say, oh, this one is not the okay. I have this other 2 alpha. Oh, I like this number 1. Okay, yeah, sign on dotted lines. Give my money. Bye. So
Yeah.
Gabriel Ikenna Justin, your full government in now also no vex. I'm not ashamed anymore.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Sal.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for this amazing session. I didn't attend last week, but I followed through from week 1, and I followed through from the beginning of tonight's session to the end. I just want to appreciate you. And one thing I want to just let you know is that when it was time to do the first assignment, I tried every possible way or every possible means not to use any AI or search engine. I had to sit down and actually think with my brain. It was a challenge, though. I even had to ask people around me for ideas and all that. It was pretty amazing. I couldn't do last week's assignment because I wasn't able to attend the last week's session. But I watched the
Did you
video on
kneel down
YouTube.
outside?
I didn't hear you, man.
Did you kneel down outside when I sent you?
No, I did not. Well, I'll definitely go. I'll go over the video again on YouTube and take notes and try to do the assignments. Definitely.
Okay.
Same for tonight. Thank you very much. That's all I wanted to say. You're an amazing creative. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you. I think that the year as Gabriel don't talk, say I'm an amazing creative like this now. My money don't go up by 20%. Who want to talk the next one? Me go up by 40. Clients go say, Ada, I just paid you yesterday. How come the money increased today? Now Gabriel, because I'm no vex. I did my own JJ. Go to say I'll be creative. Okay, so Moise, hey, where is this lady Adeoye? Where are you? Yeah, you are that. Bele,
Yeah.
I hope your hand is not paining you again. You are around that be up since.
Yes. So I was going to ask about copies because I feel like most times you want to design based on the copy you have. But I wanted to ask that, has there ever been a time that the copy is conflicting with your design idea?
Sorry, I just received a lot. Sorry. Hold on. Okay. What were you saying? Whether the copy conflicts with your design idea, I got it. I listened to you. I listened. Calm down. Don't shout for me. I listened. So, here's my thing. Sometimes when you're working in a corporate environment or in the marketing, whatever, you may not necessarily have an idea of what you want to do just yet until they bring it to you and you say, hey, this is what we're doing and this is the copy. While sometimes they will give you the concept note first, right? And then design dictates that this thing that we want to communicate now, all right? You, as the magician, you need to figure out how we are going to use design to communicate it. So in that case, the copy might be horrible. You can decide to put back and say, my negress, this is horrible. These are other options I think we can consider. Because me, I don't even believe in maybe you find something as a problem. You now go back and say, oh, it's a problem without bringing solution. Well, trick your eye. So, this is bad in my opinion, or this is not bad, because if you can't tell somebody that their work is bad, they can put cockroach in your table. So you can say, I feel like this copy is not like the strongest option we can consider. Diplomacy. If I go and say there's nonsense to do, give me another one. But we are grown, we are mature, right? We are growing now, all right? We're not the old. We have to act like our age. So you can say, I don't feel like this is the strongest option that we can consider, and then give them reasons why, that maybe based on the campaign. If you're talking to children, you can't talk like this. These are a couple of examples of other brands that have talked in the same way that has failed for them, or they have talked in this way that has worked for them, yada, yada, yaba, yobo. And then you can send them some examples as well of copies that you think work better. All right. So when you send this to them, they consider it. If they don't consider it, your work is to carry that copy the way it is. Create something for that copy, because you are communicating what the copy says. And move on with your life, my sister. Aye is not lay. Aye is not hard. Life is not hard. Tori, you cannot come and stress me for my mother. My mother stressed me. But she cannot stress. She still to stress me. Don't worry about my mother. So
all right, thank you very much. And thank you once again for this amazing class. Thank you so much.
Don't thank me, all of you.
Amazing.
When I posted a post on the Telegram, people should help me and go and comment there. But what do you think about the class? Nobody answered me.
I did it now. Check the comments.
Not a one person. I don't know you. Not a one person go. And that thing made me sad that day. I was like, oh. I mean, I know if I for collect money, if I collect like 10K for one hand, I go know what to remember. But like that, I was like, oh my God, are you serious? Anyway, I'm not sad anymore. I have money now. I don't need you people again. Bye. I have money. I don't need you. All right. You did not see the message. You will not see it. You will not see it. All right. So Moise.
Good evening, Savvy. Thank you very much for the training. It has been very, very insightful. In fact, it seems like we should be having interview every Wednesday. It works. So, with you, of course.
Who is you?
So I just want to appreciate you, and my question is, so I have two questions. The first one is, when is the class, the manipulation class that you want to take, the next class, when is it going to start? And the second question is, when you work in an organization that have a brand guideline and all, and they have limited themselves inside one box, which they have pictured themselves that it must always be this. If it's not this, nothing can happen. So I find that myself in that kind of cycle whereby I created something different. In fact, it looks like trash to them. Let me say it as that. So basically, so I don't know how do you do your analysis down to them to explain to them to change their mindset? Is that the right word to use? To change their mindset, or to be able to design a very nice design system for them that they can be using as their brand. They are not because some clients are, I don't know, they are just their mind is so being on one thing. Maybe
from the first time they did that thing has been their choice. So they need to see other opportunities and see other things and be able to see, oh, these are nice visuals. So how do you convince them, or how do you do analysis and break it down to them and be able to defend yourself in case of the ideas coming in? So that's my question. I'll pick it.
Okay. Yeah, I do get your question. So first of all, yeah, I don't blame them too much, because sometimes some companies or some clients, maybe a marketer or somebody comes in and they direct a campaign, and the campaign goes very well, right? And the company decides that, oh, that's the holy grail. We're going to stick to this style till we die. And they stick so hard to it to the point where, there's no room for any kind of adjustment again. No problem. Just relax yourself. You have two options. Either you give up or you poison their tea. I'll say it again. It's either you give up, do what you want to do, or you poison their tea. And this is what I mean by poison their tea. It's not rat poison, not normal poison, yo. YouTube, where this video is going, it's not normal poison, yo. Before you say it's accomplice to the crime, I'm not there, oh. I did not say we should poison anybody, living life, oh. So, disclaimer. So what I mean is this. Usually with clients, you know what I usually do? I shift the goalpost small. And they see, you know that thing that they say some women should do sometimes, like when you are in a like you are married to somebody and the person's like, I'm the head of the house. I hate that thing. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to you guys that believe in that head of house this thing, and she's the neck. I'm sorry to you that believe in it. I'm sorry, but I don't believe in that nonsense, right? So when people do like when they advise women that are in that kind of this, so you have to persuade him and make him, that sometimes you say something to him and make it feel like it was his idea. You feel on? So you move the goalpost small. Move the goalpost small until they find themselves in a place and they're like, hold on, how did you even get here? Let me show you an example. You say you have evidence. I don't know you, please. I don't know you. Let me show you an example using moonshot. I think I'm free to show it now, be in it. Yeah. So you can tell me, you can see my screen, Abby. Right. Okay. I'm going to show you moonshots. Don't cry, oh. This is moonshot. This is the first moonshot, like the first thing that went out to say moonshot is happening. This is the first thing that we came up with collectively, moonshot, and everybody was okay with it. In fact, CEO and I even choose this one, say this is nice, right? And we're genuinely okay with it. So I poisoned the tea using this guy. Chasey, you have shifted from that polygon something into this place. Just the watch. I added more poison. You feel we moved from there to the speaker assets. That was like the next thing that kind of shifted a little bit. So all these designs. Let me make it big. So the speaker assets, this one was another shift again. They move and go small. They move and go small. That now was a template, and then this was the final thing that they went with and started posting. This speaker is coming. This speaker is coming. That speaker da. We they go small. We they go where small. Then they started doing other small ads. I started adding more stuff, more illustrated stuff. I started doing, you see how I started shifting this thing go out of the page little by little. You go reach one stage, you don't go even see them again. And boom, it's gone. You've seen all the speaker once. It's gone. Okay, this one is part of the other Guinea. Boom, it's gone. Gone. So the grid is still staying, other things are still staying. That one was gone. All right. Gone. Where is the polygon? You know the house. Boom. Otilo. You know the year. And the more I fed them this poison, the more excited they got. That, oh yeah, oh this is creative, this is nice. And it just kept going and going and going and going until it got to a point where they trusted. And this is where I'm going to, right? This is the one for session announcement. Until it got to the point where, look at the one for welcome mixer, and so on and so forth, like that. You can see that you cannot see the polygon again. You cannot see all those minimalist stuff again until it got to the point, and this is where I'm going to, where they trusted me to make the decision. These people don't know you like that. They don't know you, they don't care. Who are you? What's your name? Who born you? Where do you from? We don't know you. But if you can poison the tea, move the goalpost little by little, almost indetectable, I like it. Until you get to the point where they're like, hold on, this guy actually knows what he's doing. Leave and make it run now. Now you go, somebody will even design something and come, like for 2023, 2024, people, partners will design, they will bring it to us. They'll say, they're gonna check it. If it's not okay, tell them what to do. Tell them how to change it. And I will tell them, hey, change this, change that, and I need to go live. I'm an evil villain. So just put it little by little, ping, 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 indetectable. No odor, no symptoms, just little changes here and there. Okay.
So thank you very much. Thank you very much. I just remember something. I just want to ask something. If I go, in a case where you have a lot of deadlines, right, and you have a lot of deadlines to meet. I think most of the times when you have a very very shorter period to design, to ideate is actually a serious issue. So I don't know what after you have created your design system, or using this kind of thing. In a shorter period, how do you handle hydration and design?
You reuse old templates. That's what you do. Let me show you an example of what that looks like since I'm still sharing my screen. In Moonshot 2025. Okay, that's gone live. I can share. So this is what I created for the sponsor announcement. Where is sponsor? This is what I created for the sponsor announcements. Maybe you can see the structure. You can see this thing that intrudes into this space and all of that. What I just did, because there was no time for me to do something new, right? But when I finished it, it looked like something new. So I took that and I put that where is it? Accelerator program. And I brought it, oh no. And I brought it here. Check it. This thing that you're seeing is that inside though. I just removed the two up. I turned it 90 degrees and I removed the two up and I expanded it to collect this thing. The same thing I did for this one. I just that this same intrusion is the same thing, oh. All I did is what expand it, turn it 90 degrees and expand it up. Look at that intrusion again. It's that exact same design that gave birth to this one, gave birth to this one, gave birth to this one, gave birth to this one too. He gave birth to this one again. And then this one. That one idea. I did not create anything brand new. But when you now take that idea, flip it, reverse it, pull it, stretch it, shake it, it becomes something new. It's sweet. I mean, no sweet.
Thank you
Who's
so much.
next? Ngozi Chukwuka.
Good evening.
Let's speak a little louder.
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, Mama.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much for the session. I just wanted to ask, is it possible for someone to message you like afterwards?
Why? You want to give me money? Yes, message me. Yes, message me now. Now. But what's up though? Is it a private thing?
Yeah.
Okay. You have brother I can marry. Is that why? Oh yeah, message me. I'll be looking. But yeah, go ahead, message me. You can send me a message on Telegram or any of my social media handles. Hopefully I have it. And just message me.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm just calling people that haven't actually spoken. Martins or SARS. There may be Gabriel. Oh, Gabriel, don't come on hand. Okay. Martins.
Yeah, good evening, CAV.
Good evening.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for this whole class, first and foremost.
No, first of all, people are saying thank you to me.
I'm the one that's been tagging you. I tagged you this evening. I tagged the designer first. Before you even told us to send, I tagged you, share the class. Even after the first session, I tagged the game.
Oh yeah. I think I saw your posts and I reposted as well. Well done. Thank you very much. See, look at people, see your mates, see as your mates they behave. If somebody, I saw it in barber shop a couple of years ago, and this is not in my head. If somebody do good for you, go outside and say this person do good for me. Somebody do bad for you, go into the room and tell the person privately, pay this person do bad for you. That's how life's supposed to be. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, that's the life lesson we just picked, man. All right, I want to say thank you. Actually, this class has really calmed the waters in my head and has opened me up to, because there was a word he used in the first class when he said, why are you always waiting for people to eat and vomit before you start cooking? I was like, wow, that's really hard, because I'm the kind of person I always like to take inspiration from people. And since the whole class, I've downloaded all the sessions, watched it through again, and I design faster now. I even did another design. So I'm thinking beyond what I used to normally, like somebody gave me a logo to do. Instead of me looking for logo icons, looking for buildings, architecture. I was looking for different things so I want to really say thank you for that. And concerning moonshots, did you have the whole process in your head from top to bottom when you were taking them gradually? I just wanted to know, you already knew what your game plan was.
Isn't that the beauty of creativity?
Wow.
Go meet and for road, not jaga all the way. Do you get? But one thing that I knew was that this thing that I felt was acceptable, I was never satisfied with it. Even see what I find acceptable today, I can wake up tomorrow and be like rubbish, Moshe. This is nonsense. Right? And then I want to start at the very maybe because of time I can't start. That means the next one I will do something higher grade than that. That's why you can see that even from 2024, right? Where we started is not where we stopped. Right? Where we started in terms of how we, we design, even after we have picked lessons from 2023. Because the poison of the tea started in 2023. 2024, they were like, okay, we trust you now, carry and they go. Right. So I ran that one all the way through from top to bottom based on no more poisoning anymore. So I ran that one on my own meaning, right? But then I am the kind of person that's always hunting for the next thing. Like, what is an updated version of this? Even personally, I'm looking at myself like, what is the updated version of a Daisy tomorrow? And I'm putting that stuff in place. I want to see. I get where they go. All of a sudden, if I'm not gonna fix see me catch. I want to talk to her. They go and talk to the PA of a PA.
That's good. One last question. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know if you finish. I wanted to finish.
You don't at this point listen. They go ahead.
Sorry. So in terms of communication, how do you handle communication? Like, you say, okay, I have this job. Will it take 3 days? I'm going to give feedback. I'm going to check in. How do you handle that loop in terms of you are generating all this? Because some people can be very impatient, and one day they're already saying you are a fraudster, you want to run my money. Like one guy on Upwork, just 2 days, I'm about to go cancel Upwork proposal, give me bad review. So I want to ask, how do you now communicate these things? How do you handle the client so that they are in the journey and the loop?
You take them through your process. So I'll give an example. That report that I was designing for NIMSI, for the NIN people, right? Instead of me to go and design, I'll now come back and say, oh, surprise, here is your page 1 to 50 of your, sorry, not the report presentation. Here's your page 1 to 50 of your presentation deck. Instead of me to do all of that, what I did was I first of all worked on a design system. And then I explained it to the guy like, hey, this is what the design system is. This is what it means. This is how it's going to be executed. And he was like, okay, go ahead. So I did like the first 4 pages. And this is what I usually do for all my reports. I do like maybe the cover page, the intro page, cover page, table of contents, the section divider, and one inner page. So like 4. So when I do that 4, I will now send it to the client and say, hey, this is the first 4 pages of this report or deck or whatever. What do you think so far? Before I go, all the way in, right? And then if they signed off on that 4 will not be the one that will populate the remaining one. And then I will still give them access again to the document, to the Google Sheets. So far they don't pay my 70% first, I know they do all that kind of play. Money for hand, back for grand. I'll be a shower for that side. Money for hand, back for grand. My money must be in my pocket. If I go even look your, please, I don't play with my money like that. At all. What are you talking about? Anyway. So I just got angry now. So hold on, I was saying something. I promise I remember. So I allow them access to the documents to see how it's going. I can even give them like a project timeline and say, hey, 50 pages, it will be done in 1 week, it will be done in 7 days. I intend to design 10 per page, per day. So that it doesn't look like, oh, she does disappear and appear on the 3rd day like Jesus Christ. All right. So I intend to design 10 per day so that they know that any day they come, at the end of the day, they will see 10 more pages. Any day they come, 10 more pages. And the way I set it up, that 10 more pages, I can actually design that 10 pages within 3 hours. But that saying I would design it in that 10 pages in a day is so that I can have time to attend to other projects and rest and eat and go to toilet or take a stroll or whatever. I need to factor other projects into that 24 hours. So which is why I divided that time like that. So you get. So some people feel that way because, like I said, you need to learn how to build trust. Okay, once you have built trust with a client, you will have little issue. That's the first thing you should try to do. Anytime you start a new relationship, you try to build trust, try to build common ground. Is that not able to do your boyfriend and girlfriend something? When you meet a girl or you meet a boy for the first time, you guys say, okay, you want to come and start doing baba things together. You will start to build trust. Now you will say, oh, when I was small, my father beat me. Me too, my father beat me. We shake my hand. We have new trauma together. We have bonded over something. you found common ground. Now I feel like I can trust you, in some kind of weird way. I don't know how that works, right? So build trust, and then over time they would, leave those kind of things in your hand. If you tell them, oh, I'll give you the 70 pages in 15 days, they already know because of past projects that they've worked on with you before that 15 days is 15 days. But because we are still new to each other, I can't trust you completely like that. Doesn't make sense. All right. So I liken this to you run, like meet somebody on the road and be like, oh, this is your bag. Give me the bag. I want to go and refurbish it. I don't know you. What if you carry my bag and run? I want to make a designer. I don't care. Even if it's nylon bag I'm holding, I don't care like that. Until I get to the point where, okay, we know you as the guy that is actually refurbish bags and get it to us in 2 days. Oh, okay. Take. Do you get? So carry them along the way. Have a project timeline that you're working with. Let them know that, okay, this is what you're going to get delivered per time. And make sure you deliver within that set time, because that's a culture in the design industry that when you say, oh, you want to deliver something at a certain time, you guys have, all of us have messed it up. Nobody will trust us again, say we keep our word. Now, on the other hand, now Angel, where they might show that those talking and finish. Let the devil on the let the devil on the other hand talk. Are they lie fire? Oh, listen, are they lie? Listen, this is going public. It's on YouTube. I know they hide my mouth. When I say you will get this thing is a lot of work, you will get it in 2 months or in 1 month, and you say no, that 1 month that they give you, I've put in feedback time, all the back and forth, change this, change that, all the stakeholder feedback. I've taken in the time that I will need to rest and do other things and da. I've taken it into consideration. You will get this thing in 3 weeks. No, we need it in 1 week. I can't give it to you. No. Okay, no problem. Let's work it 1 week. Wallahi, talai. Someone will be like, you will see that thing in 3 weeks. You will see that thing that I say you will see it in 3 weeks. I say you will see it in 3 weeks. Do you understand? Because the timeline we're giving are based on what I feel work with. But now you know 1 year my own. She get, I don't have any choice but to lie to you. No vex. So at the 3 weeks mark, you will not see it finish. We will sign off, all of us will go our happy way. What are you going to do to me? You come and fight me in my house. I think I first tell you I know if you do in that time frame. So please, don't know what to tell you again. No? Do what I want to do. Next question. I even told my manager, I think I will lie to you people, because people think I'm a machine. And when I do it finish and I do it bad, you say, oh, it came out bad. And I'm telling you the time that I need to make this thing work. So that when I come up with something, you will scream. The same way that lady screamed. You know when that lady said she wanted her work? Last week Friday. Now another Friday will they go meet so. Another Friday will they go meet so. And then I said, I can't. Friday, you gave me something like Monday, Tuesday. You want to sit on Friday, over 80 pages of work. I don't work like that now. It's too much. And I said, where's my work? I'm working on it. I'm okay. I just finished 1 chapter now. I just did it. It's here. As I'm talking to you, that's what I'm doing. I'm not even slept. 5 days and 5 nights. That's the person that called me and was screaming that, oh, this is, oh my God, it's so creative. Call a friend on FaceTime. And go lie give you. Maybe now why they don't rapture me. Maybe now why? Because they said I rapture not today, I mean yesterday. Now why they don't rapture me? I see they here. Oh God. Okay. I hope that answers your question, David.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Don't go lie, you only go carry police. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I used to do. David, don't go sleep.
No. I'm here. And okay. Actually, I raised my hand because you said that you told us to go to the link in your page and then preach the good news of what you did. I did it too. I did it. I had to on my LinkedIn, on even Instagram, but I didn't get a response. So I just it was actually no, you did well. Like you cannot dispute the fact that you did well. So that's why we had to, you did it well, probably you didn't see it. So I get the review, you did well, and you did well. You can all of us here we know you did well. Even though this night and actually the beauty of all these things, the action part of it, in taking the class, the beauty of it is action. And actually, all the whole thing is saying, I'll be practicing it and it's giving me results. That's why I cannot come and now say, no. Even though this night I was taking it on my LinkedIn. I've taken your picture now.
More like it. Fine picture. Fine picture. There was a class that I taught one time like that. Almost everybody. It was when I was like, everybody. and this community of people, they were active, so they were taking screenshots and all my pictures. I'm like fine, like and like 50 people I just and I was still I could repost it because what you want to I find on a normal day just that one I know I they post it at the post they go yeah so but yeah, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. I love feedback, by the way, whether good or bad, whether positive or negative. I am very much open to feedback. Trust me, because I know that that's like the bedrock. I like is the backbone of a lot of what I do. Because if you don't give me feedback, I don't know what I'm doing wrong or what I'm even doing right. Okay, get so now that now you said okay, the practicals work for me. That's the most interesting part. Okay, that means that next time I'm doing anything, I need to make sure that practicals are there. I need to make sure that class activities are there so that not only does it sink in for you, you have something that is like can hold, that is effective, in what you're doing. At the end of the day, the value for me is that it works for you. And I'm not even joking. I tell people, see, if I teach 100 students and at the end of the day, now only one person now make them, I don't feel like I've taught. I feel like I've wasted my time because I want more people to practice and be able to make something great out of it. Because if you can't go front, if you write your book finish, you go put my name for there. Oh. One day in the year 20 something, see every taught us class, she said this thing and it banged my life. I beg go put me for your book.
Yes, we will. I said I have a post to post this night. One of my friends just messaged me and on WhatsApp and he was like, I'm really creative because I have to do a logo. So and normally if I want to do a logo, I will go with the trend of doing this template, putting the logo, showing the mock-ups. But this time around I gave a proper definition of the entire the values, maybe to describe the values. In fact, at one point I just said, no, I'm too used to image. Let me try illustration. So I use illustration to define the values of the organization, the brand. So, and the guy just messaged me this night. It was like he loved. It was like I'm really creative. I posted on my Instagram this. I posted on Instagram also on my LinkedIn this night before I sleep. That's what I'm really preparing now. And it's all thanks to our tutor, mentor, Guido. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's awesome. I love that it's working for you. Like I said earlier, it would be a big joy for me. I feel like the sky is big enough for everybody to fly, to be honest. That's why I'm doing this. Like I'm not attaching price because I kept asking myself, like, why is this free? 3 whole Wednesdays, 2 hours each. And there's moonshots to do, there's reports to do, there's many things to do. Yeah. So, but I giving back to the community in terms of holding classes, attending, like going to other people's classes to go and teach them because there's very little classes that I reject in a year and say, oh, I'm not teaching. If you say, oh, say you come and teach my community or come and teach in this place or come and speak on this event, I am always ready to go. It's only like maybe like in this entire year, and maybe like only 2 that I've said, okay, I'm not able to. And that was because one of them was outside Lagos and they did not prepare any transport for me. I should now carry myself and go to one random place with my own money, book hotel in my own money, food in my own money. As how? People are important, but not like that, though. Yeah, sorry, money. Don't play with me. So, so that one I did not go. And then another one that is like in November. The person is like, oh, it's happening in November. I'll be able to. I'm like, November is too close to December. December is like my wind time, wind down retreat type time. Prepare for my course time. November, December. Oh, I can't do much during that period. Maybe like 1 or 2 speaking engagement, and that's it. But I'm glad to hear feedback that this is effective. It's something that I use, and knowing how to teach it has been a struggle, to be honest. Because you know that sometimes you just know how to do something. You just like knowing how to cook. I know how to cook stew now. Okay, how many tablespoons of salt should I put? Me, I don't know that one. Put the salt until you reach. Go take know when you go reach. She get put meat. Which type of meat? Meat now. Which type? Do you get? Put chicken. Which type of chicken? Or a slim. Do you get? So, but if you know how, you can say, oh, put 2 tablespoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of paprika, buy orobo chicken, the one that have blue leg, cut them into 5 pieces, put it inside sauce, put it in your fridge, let it marinate, bring it out, fry it. You can teach, you can say step by step, step by. So I have to go and dig within myself and say, okay, if I wanted to express this idea, like I wanted to break it down into chunks, bite size that people can easily chew and swallow, what would that look like? Well, it was a lot of work. I have my concepts this thing in there where I broke it down into this thing and I took it into ChatGPT. And now, like I said, I use AI to expand my ideas. So I've already broken it down. Week 1, week 2, 3, class activity, practice, homework, everything. So I now took it into ChatGPT and expanded it, started looking for reference and resources that I can attach to it, because I don't do much of reading books, okay? But I know that my reality is not your reality. You might like reading books, so that's why I decided to look for all those books. If you go to Telegram, you see articles. I love reading articles. I love watching videos as well. So you see videos, you see articles, and then you book the books and the ones that are hyperlinked and everything. So I'm happy it was effective for you, Sha. But yeah. All right. Do we have any other questions, or can we? Because it's almost 10:30. Can we close the shop here? All right. So if there are no other questions, once again, I've had an amazing time teaching. Once again, I'm happy it has been very, very effective. I'm looking forward to us. It's important for me as us as Nigerians, right? As Africans, but more Nigerians, that we are able to compete globally with what the world standard of creativity is. It is so important to me that we are able to see, that time where football season, sports season, where Nigeria does it win everywhere. Football winner, African Kinikon Cup winner, basketball winner, spelling bee winner, everybody Nigerian winner, Nigeria winner, Jollof War, Nigeria winner. Now, so yes. If they don't know us for anything else again, we bad governments, bad lights, whatever, may they not say they win competition up and down. When they see Nigeria come, let them shiver. Because we are coming to collect the top. Like those pack your load and the goals, it already belongs to a Nigerian. That's what I want in the creative and design space. Let's get to a point where now us they always collect all the competition. They will not have to tell us that if you are not living in the US, don't come. If you are not a US citizen, don't apply. We'll not say okay. We're not go chop an award now. Who they beg you? Your award done bath. So, so it's important to me that us as Nigerians we become exceptional in whatever it is that we do, especially globally. Oof, I stand by that any day. So that's the basic. That's the foundation for anything I do that requires me to face people. I did the course last year, like I thought, early this year, and somebody was telling me that when she saw the course, she wasn't sure whether she should pay. She knows that it's me that's teaching, but she wasn't sure whether she should pay because she was like 50K, 50K. That she thought that CAV's cost would be like 100, 150. But then, say I should do the next one like that. I should do it 100K, 150. But I know that the people that actually need it, right, are not able to maybe pay that amount of money, like pay a big, huge amount of money. People that actually need it. So I keep it at that low amount and only increase it by like 10 or 20K every time, like every year, whatever. I just increase it by 20, by 10K or 20K. So this is my goal, my vision for us generally. I'm hoping to see you guys at UDC. I'm hoping to see you at Moonshot. Please buy tickets. Use my discount code. They don't tell me say my discount code. Nobody they use them. So buy UDC tickets, buy Moonshot tickets, and I will see you guys there. I'm really excited for you guys to actually come to Moonshot because I'm the one doing the design for the branding of the area and all of that. At least majority of the design, and it will be great for people to come and see it live, not just the pictures. Okay. So I'm looking forward to see you guys, and once again, have a fantastic night. Whether we'll have a challenge on creativity, I will let you know. I'm not sure yet. I really want to focus on Moonshot and get stuff done, but I will let you guys know in the Telegram channel. Please use the Telegram channel as much as you can. Share your ideas, ask questions, drop inspirations that you find, and let's just all grow together. Let our iron sharpen each other's iron. All right. Take care, guys, and see you when next we see. All right. Bye.